Good morning, students. We'll continue with active and passive voice. I'll just revise the change of personal pronouns with you. Make sure you revise it where you have already written it. I changes to me. We changes to us. You remains you. They change to them. He changed to him. She is replaced by her. It remains it, and who becomes whom. Okay, now again, a sentence is said to be in active voice when the subject is the doer of the action. When subject is performing the action, then the sentence is said to be in active voice. And when the subject is not performing the action, it is inert, it is at rest, it is receiving the action, then it is said to be in passive voice. And we know that it is done with the help of verbs, transitive verbs. Transitive verbs can be expressed in active as well as passive voice. So yesterday we were doing when the transitive verb was having two objects. When a sentence in active voice has two objects, we can have two different answers. In passive voice, we can make object one in the subject in the first answer, and we can make object two the subject in the second answer. I'm just revising it with the example I took yesterday only. I gave Latika a pen. I gave Latika a pen. Now in this sentence, this is in active voice. I is the doer of the action. He's performing the job. Means me. Gave. I'm doing it. And it is, I'm giving Latika, whom? Object one. Latika is object one here. And I'm giving a pen to her. So a pen is object two. So when I will transform this sentence, I can, to passive voice, I can make Latika the subject as well as a pen the subject. Now listen to me carefully. First sentence will be, Latika was given a pen by me. The second answer will be, a pen was given to Latika by me. Now you must have revised that we introduced the new subject with the agent by. Now the second which we did yesterday was prepositional verbs. When the verb is in the active voice is a prepositional verb, the preposition is not dropped. In the passive voice, it is the part of the verb. It is the part of the verb. Let's revise the sentence. The boys laughed at the beggar. Now who is the subject? The boys. The boys is the subject. They are performing the action of laughing. They're laughing at whom? At the beggar. Beggar is not doing anything. Okay. So he is the object in the sentence. Now when we transform it, it will become the beggar was laughed at by the boys. Now the second example, we objected to the monitor's proposal. We is the subject who is at the action, or they are doing the action of objection to what? To the monitor's proposal. Now when we transform it, it will be the monitor's proposal was objected to by us. See, in the first sentence, at is with laughed, and in the second sentence, to is with objected. We are not going to drop them. Okay. Now, when it comes to auxiliary verbs, when the verb in the active voice is an auxiliary verb, be and the past participle is added to the verb in passive voice. Now, listen to me carefully. You must do the job. You must do the job. The job must be done. Be, and we have added past participle of do, that is done by you. You must do the job. The job must be plus past participle of do, that is done by you. Now the next example. Our team may lose the cricket match. Our team may lose the cricket match. The cricket match may be lost by our team. Okay. Now, when we do interrogative sentences, only who changes to by whom. This was not clear to you, so I'm repeating it again. Who stole my watch? Who stole my watch? By whom was my watch stolen? Okay. Only who is replaced by whom. Okay. But who stole my watch? By whom was my watch stolen? Now I'll give you another example. May I see this map? Listen to me again. May I see this map? Now when I'm going to transform it to passive voice, may will remain there. Only I and this map will change their position. May this map be seen by me. Now I has changed to me. I just revised the change of personal pronouns. Now I has changed to me. I'm repeating this example. Listen to me carefully. May I see this map? May I see this map? Now may will remain in its position when I transform it to passive voice. May this map. Now I and this map will change their position in passive voice. Getting? May I see this map? May I see this map? I will go to object position and this map will come to subject position. May this map be seen by me. See, saw, seen, third form of see. May this map be seen by me. And don't forget to put question mark. You can lose marks for that. Okay. Have you understood? Show me a thumbs up if you have understood with this example. Now we come to imperative sentences. When we want an imperative sentence to remain as an imperative sentence, we introduce let. Like the example, shut the door. Shut the door. Let the door be shut. And if we do not want it to be an imperative sentence, we can add should be. The door should be shut. Okay. Let me complete my homework. Let me complete my homework. Let my homework be completed by me. Let my homework be completed by me. Okay. Now, carry it home. It will become let it be carried home. Be plus past participle form of verb. Do it at once. This is an active voice. Let it be done at once.
Riya.
Write a letter to your brother. Write a letter to your brother. Let a letter be written to your brother by you. Write a letter to your brother. Let a letter be written to your brother by you. Means you will perform the action. Do not beat the dog. Do not beat the dog. Let not the dog be beaten. Okay. Now the rule is let object plus be plus past participle. Write it down there. Write it down there. Let plus object plus be plus past participle. Okay. Now, if we want to frame a sentence, negative sentence with let, the rule will be let not plus object be plus past participle. I'm repeating. Let not plus object plus be plus past participle. Remember, do is not used here. Okay. Not can be placed after the object or after be depending on the sentence. Okay. Now we have some more examples with us. Help me. Now how will you transform this? Let me be helped. Let me be helped. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let it not be touched. Let it not be touched. Or you can frame it another way by warning. You are warned not to touch it. You are warned not to touch it. Okay, children? Now, next thing you have to understand is when the doer of the action is not mentioned in the passive voice, it must be supplied in the active voice as shown below. It is not only that you will be asked to transform from active to passive, you can also be asked to transform from passive sentence to active sentence. So you have to be careful. Like I'm giving you example with the passive voice first. Okay, my wallet has been stolen. Now, who has stolen the wallet? We don't know. So we'll add a subject to it and we'll write someone has stolen my wallet. Someone has stolen my wallet. Now the second example, I was obliged to leave. I was obliged to leave. Now again, by what or by whom we don't know. Then we can add situations, or we can use circumstances in the place of subject. Obliged me to leave. Obliged me to leave. Okay. So is this much clear to all of you? Shall I give you more examples with two objects or verbs followed by preposition? If you have not understood, you can tell me right now.